Wunmi has been negotiating on DNA for the past 48 hours. Wunmi never believed that she was going to get to this point. Obviously, those that were sponsoring her, supporting her, obviously, they were waiting for the big take home, how they were going to cash out with the money that has been acquired, accrued ever since the demise of MoBad. Now, everywhere is on fire. Everywhere is on fire. Wunmi does not know whether she should bend or stand, run. She does not know, or crawl. She does not know what to do at this moment, because we have come to the moment of reckoning. We have come to that point that we have been waiting for. We've come to that day, that moment that we all have been thinking of. Like, wait, hold on. Is this child for MoBad? Why is she taking too long to get DNA done? Why does she require the court to get DNA done? Oh, is it because MoBad's father is suspicious and MoBad's father is saying that Wunmi is a transformer? That is why she said, okay, I'm not going to get DNA done until you go to the court. Until the court decides, then I will get DNA done. I do understand the part of MoBad's father's feeling here, apart from the motive, being that it was indirectly, let's say directly involved in the process of the so-called pregnancy. But did Wunmi avail herself to, in quote, a husband, MoBad? Or she decided to take herself and spread all over the place? Or she's not even aware of who this person is, because marriage or no marriage, she still has whoever it is out there that she goes to visit every now and then. What exactly is this thing? And what will be the reaction of MoBad's father should it become positive? Like, but you know that it will be difficult for that to be positive. Why? Because before now, Wunmi has gotten DNA done. She has already gotten DNA done. And the result of this DNA is not pleasing. She has been looking for ways, negotiating with MoBad's father. How do we go about this? Do not let it become a public thing. But obviously, there is no connection between light and darkness. When light comes, darkness must disappear. And don't tell me that people do not embrace light more than darkness. But those who are into wickedness, they of course, they love darkness, because it is during the night, it is when it is dark that wicked acts oftentimes happen. In fact, most of the times, just like what happened to MoBad, middle of the night. The so-called, we are taking MoBad to the hospital, middle of the night. Well, without boring you further, because I want you to pay attention to this one. It is hot, blazing hot. Like and share, tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Returning subscribers and those that have been here, I say very big thank you to you. And to those that have tapped on the thanks button, the one with the love icon, $sign, may God bless you. May God replenish your pockets. May your pockets never run dry. If you want to be a part of this, tap on the same button. Let's get right into it.
DNA now. Wunmi had refused DNA.
Okay. So even if you are legally married now, that means the legal marriage supersedes all the other marriage that you did, the traditional, the church.
Of course, legal marriage is when you what we act on behalf of you in everything in marriage.
So Adi being Wunmi is legally married to MoBad now, they might not grant this DNA at all.
No, they most likely going to grant it too. Ask me why. It still boils down to how the mysterious way MoBad died. Have you seen in North America, abroad, everywhere, you will hear stuff like insurance a fraud, whereby a man, a husband will spy the wife, you know, those husband will spy the wife will spy husband, especially men, they always spy women. You understand? Because of their insurance. And so for this reason, if such things comes up and they think, okay, a woman spy your husband, and they are suspecting that maybe they can decide, if the family raise up that bro that I want suspect it, and blah blah blah, they will just do it to clear the air. This is criminal law, that's investigation in one way. They will do it to clear any motive. Abibai. Not that because you are legally married or not legally married. But most of the time, when you are legally married, you understand, they probably will not bring up issues like this. Do you understand? They probably will not bring us with that. If tó pé àwọn family ò ro nǹkan kò sí nǹkan tí wọ́n gbọ́ tó jọ mọ́ pé, you know, kó àwọn ọmọ àwọn nínú. Do you get what I mean said? So it's
good evening,
Good evening, sir. Good evening. He says, good evening. You're welcome, Mr. King. Not long time. So it can still be granted, but it all depends. Situations warrant whatever need be done. Do you understand? So it can still be granted. It's still about the fact that there's suspicion. That's the demise of MoBad cause for suspicion. Then wo wa tún gbé wá and pathologist wa sọ pé
and look at what the pathologist, in fact, he was sweating. He got to a point that suit ó bọ́ báyìí ó làágùn láti inú wa ni, because you brought before the court an inconclusive report. That is why you boldly say, as far as I'm concerned, that whatever.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Network.
No, yeah, we can.
That toxicology is already in the
there's
dustbin.
Something I wanted to ask you. I hope these guys I hope they won't play around us again with this DNA issue.
No, sir.
They won't play around the way they've done.
No,
Mr. King, trust me, they won't.
Yeah.
I might not be able to say something.
Yes. Nigeria that we are. Anything can.
I said no. This one, no. Trust me, no. I'll call you and tell you behind, but no.
I understand.
No, they can't. No.
I don't think they can.
No, they can't.
There's more to it than you people understand. I don't think they can.
Do you know that there are some recognized hospitals here?
It's the court.
There are some recognized hospitals that carry out DNA and things like this in Lagos State. Number one, these are reputable hospitals. I'm not speaking for them. That is one side, but that is not the side of Baba Mohbad's plan. No, but let me just say generally. You see, a St. Nicholas will not bring down.
Did anybody say court granted anything? Don't answer this, Adeleke. All these people
will not bring down their repute because of. They would rather not release the reports. You see, when you have a report submitted to the court, it's not signed, it's not stamped.
Okay, but Biodun, do you trust the government official?
Let her land.
No, it's okay for her to ask questions. I do not trust them. But this is to Your Excellency, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu.
No, me, I don't trust Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. My own issue.
No, I'm just saying. Now I'm talking to him, sir.
You can seek second, third opinion. They said Baba Mohbad can seek second, third opinion. You understand? So it's not a matter of only that what the court is doing. There will be second,
we can seek several opinions, and we will seek opinions. There will be multiple examinations.
Exactly. So
she's free to take. The court is free to take their sample. Wunmi will take her sample. The family will take their sample. It's so simple.
Okay.
Wunmi will take a sample. The family will take a sample. The government will take their sample. Last week I was watching Auntie Yabo and her friend Choma Goodyear. She looks like the father. Auntie is not by Oyibo. It's not by English. Stop all these things. Stop it. Stop there. Stop there. Ẹ má ti ọmọ yìí pa, ẹ má fi promote wedding yìí tó ń bọ̀. A ti gbọ́ àmọ́ ìpẹ́ fẹ́ ọmọ Tanzania. A ti gbọ́ ẹ má ti ọmọ yìí pa, ẹ má báyé ẹ̀ jẹ́, ẹ má dá gìrìgìrì tì sínú kíní ẹ ṣe, eléyìí tẹ́ ṣe tó ẹni ọmọ tí yín tẹ́ bá tí ọmọ tí yín bá ti ṣe wedding tó tínú yín dùn sí, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ káyọ̀ yín kalẹ̀ is in the public domain. So when you say they won't get justice. That is why I look at people sit down there in the abroad, and you are giving advice to somebody who is in Nigeria. Please think twice.
You know, the only thing is that there is no need to bring anything on the social media.
There's no need.
There's no need.
There's no need.
For justice, Mawa.
Justice ni gbogbo wọn ti lọ ahead yín. For people who say, oh, legacy, they are not doing anything. Hello, you didn't go to law school for 1 month.
Lọ́lá ariwo kan tó bá ti lè gbọ́ ibi tí Bíọ́dún wà ní tó bá lè gbọ́ ó dẹ̀ kúrò lórí platform torí ẹ wà very rude èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ ní ó ń pariwo.
Ibi tí mo wà ní òjò ń rọ̀, you won't hear me. And it's raining heavily. If you want to hear me, I have to put extra effort for you to hear me. So if you say it's ariwo díẹ̀ my darling sister, kò sẹ́ni tó rán ẹ níṣẹ́. Òjò ń rọ̀, mo dẹ̀ wà nígboro. So if I don't speak loud enough, that is why when I was trying to say it gently, they said they can't hear me. So I have to say it loud so that you can hear me. So I'm not screaming, my dear. Do you understand it? So believe you me, there are so many things out there that there won't be justice. Forget it. There will be justice. There will be. They are trying to avert the justice, but the evidences are too many. And I tell people, you see, they have tuned down the corona inquest. They will tell you it's just a fact-finding mission. But there's something I want you to know about the corona inquest. Corona inquest is not bound by the Procedure of Evidence Act. That means that they do not take their evidence like a regular court. They take pieces of evidence and mesh them together to recommend for possible prosecution, for interrogation and prosecution. So all these things that you throw to the court, little by little by little, that is what an inquest will take and make it That's one thing about corona inquest. Don't say because there's no evidence, stop it. Don't say it.
No, but
they are not bound by Procedure of Evidence Act.
You are subbing me now. I was the one that said, I have never seen an inquest take this long. That is kind of, it looks to me like a delayed practice. That I think it is high time they charge people to court so that, you know, they can continue in the criminal law court and let's proceed with the case. They should charge people for whatever it is that they need to charge people. That this long procedure of inquest is taking
but
forever.
if they charge some
like
people now,
the case. And why is it that they have not brought Nurse Feishara since over a year in this matter?
Okay. The last inquest, Nurse Feishara was not around, but a lawyer was around. She was a lady.
For the first time.
For the first time. Yes. But you know, you see, if not because of that stay of proceeding, we would have been able to know. Maybe she will come out and tell us that Nurse Feishara is sick. Just the same way Bobrisky was invited to House of Rep and she said he was sick. At the end of the day, the person that was sick came online and was, you know, abusing video. Ṣebí tó bá sọ pé rẹ̀ ò yá, wá dẹ̀ tún lọ sá pamọ́ sínú ilé, wọ́n ti gbàgbé irọ́ tó pa. Ṣebí pé kò dáa, onírọ́ máa ń parọ́, ó máa ń ṣe rẹ̀ ni. Títí tó fi lọ arrest and border. So we would have been able to hear if they say Nurse Feishara was sick. That is why she couldn't come. The court would have been so magnanimous enough to say that if she was sick for that day, the next court she must. Don't forget that was the same way they made excuses for the pathologist.
Yes.
Until they ran out of excuses.
Yes.
So it is okay for them to come to court and make excuses for the nurse. It will get to a point that they will run out of excuses. Do you know that the magistrate had to go out of her way to get the state pathologist the last time? In fact, the inquest we attended before the last one, wọ́n ló lọ fún kí náà ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kó lọ fún yẹn o. Wọ́n ló one silly thing like this. Then the magistrate went out of her way to insist that that state pathologist must come.
He go and
that
requested
was where,
for burial that she wanted to bury.
No, was it burial? Was something else? I can't remember. Then when they even had this issue, the stay of proceeding, she ignored and took the cross-examination and the testimony of the pathologist before she observed the stay of proceedings. Do you understand? So the nurse would have come. I run out over the points. Oh my, run out of excuses. ẹ má gbàgbé pé excuses wọn not turning up for the inquest òun ló jẹ́ kí kinní yẹn linger for this long, and if they go ahead and prosecute some people now, there are still more people to prosecute. If you are not directly involved in the death of MoBad, you have perjured, you have lied under oath, you will go down for it. For people who were accessories to that murder, they must go down for it.
No, my sweetheart, Biodun, it is not a murder yet. We do not know. Allegedly.
Okay, allegedly, allegedly. For people who allegedly conspired or hid facts.
Biodun Yeye is allegedly cautioned.
Obviously. Correcting her.
Yeye was, yes, she was profusely correcting me. So for people who were involved one way or the other, they must also, be held accountable. So let the nurse enjoy yourself, Nurse Fisayo. Her name is actually Fisayo, not Feishara. Her name is Fisayo Ogedengbe. Nurse Fisayo. Enjoy yourself while it lasts, because we know. Just say we are the state pathologist, you're going to run out of excuses.
Kéèsì yẹn ó máa le láti bring up, but ibi tẹ́mi kàn wò pé ṣé Sam Larry ṣó tún wà involved nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. There was although that one is hearsay, there was an audio, a voice note àbí kinní kan that was released. All stations settled. No kinní kan. I don't know if there's something that involved him and the demise of Mo. Fingers crossed. Ibi tí kò yé wa nìyẹn. Ibi tí wọ́n ti ní all stations settled. Kìíní kan ó ń wẹ̀.
Yeah, Shebi, it was this lover that brought out that audio.
Confessional statement. Tommy, I said there is a confessional statement by one of the suspects linking Sam Larry. It might be difficult.
It will be difficult to say anything pẹ̀lú Sam Larry.
I want to know, Shebi, it was this lover that released that audio of where he was saying all stations settled, Abi?
But they can't use it. It can't be.
If it's just lover that bring it, is their normal cover-ups. It might not even be Sam Larry under that voice. Yeah,
so all those things they are hearsay and it's inadmissible in the court of law. Yeah, there is video evidence. It was only one video evidence we saw Sam Larry. And you see, let me be sincere with you people. That's not persuasive. Sam Larry ò tiẹ̀ fi ìkíní yẹn kan MoBad inú ẹ̀. Ẹ lọ wò náà. The court can't act on such things. Let's be sincere. Except there are other things, evidences that can also, they have to look at the proximity. Was it that bullying that pied MoBad? They always look at all those things. You understand? Something that happened since a year ago, and there's no continuity of it. Nothing to show. Nothing to show. And in everything, Wunmi didn't even mention Sam Larry's name in the court.
Larry decided to sue her today. She go jail.
They never dragged Sam Larry on Wunmi's platform. I've never heard. They've never dragged Sam Larry before.
Even Prime Boy too now. I've sued Mama MoBad. Yeah, MoBad.
Okay, Prime Boy to sue Mama MoBad. Good for her. They should sue her. Ṣé o ti wá gba lẹ́tà?
MoBad. That's what we are hearing. I say it is good now.
Baba Prime Boy ṣì wà pẹ̀lú Mama Baba ìyá ẹ̀.
Ṣé ẹ fẹ́ lé nílé ọkọ ẹ̀ ni?
Ẹ fẹ́ lé nílé ọkọ ni. Ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn? Ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn? Tó dàbí tó ṣe sùn Mama MoBad tó pé wọ́n sì sọ pé kó retract yẹn sì ń dà. Tó o bá ṣe kẹ sùn ẹ̀ kẹ gbé ló kẹ wọ́ díẹ̀ lọ sí court kó lọ.
Yewuyi, there is God o.
Mi ò fẹ́ gbọ́. Mo máa kàn ń fetí gbọ́ lẹ́nu àwọn èèyàn pé ó ní Yewuyi. Ọlọ́run rí pé mi ò fetí mi gbọ́ rí Ọlọ́run. Mi ò gbọ́ because mo ò fẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan. mi jẹ́ kí n wà bias if not mo kàn lè bínú kí n dislike ìyá Mohbad mo fẹ́ máa sọ bí ọkàn mi kàn ṣe rí you understand ni mo máa ń sọ kò pé kí wá lọ gbọ́n sí pé ó lọ tà máa ná ọkà ìyá Mohbad ṣé èmi nìkan ni mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ yìí ni tẹ́ ń porúkọ mi kí ni orúkọ mi wá dẹnu yín.
Yèyé Wunmi.
The person that she really has problem with is Iyalolade. Iyalolade, Iyalolade, ìwọ ló ń dalé mi rú Iyalolade, Iyalolade.
No, I think that anybody that she feels
is having something to do with
is
Baba
having
Mohbad.
something with Baba Mohbad. You see that jealousy, I don't know.
That jealousy ni I'm telling you.
Honestly,
she will come for you.
Even the latest audio, she was
not. She see they fight for her.
She's not even pained about the death of Mohbad though, because anytime her audio comes out, she focused more on Baba Mohbad.
Ni problem àtàwọn tó ń bá sùn. That's all. Akọ̀pá, you know, ìyá prime boy yẹn tẹ́ bá tẹ̀ rí woman yẹn máa mọ̀ pé why ẹni tó ọmọ ẹ gbé pẹ̀lú ẹni tó ọmọ ẹ gbé pẹ̀lú o tún ní pé woman yẹn dẹ̀ lọ́kọ nílé ẹ tún ní wọ́n bá.
Nígbà tó fẹ́ mo ti fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ látẹ̀kan bọ̀.
Mi mọ̀ kó ti padà ṣá.
Mo ń gẹ̀ta ọmọ mi up fún. I wanted to add some stuff to what you said on the naming ceremony.
Okay.
So that all the arrangement of the naming ceremony, it was Wunmi's family that handled it. The cow, it was Wunmi's mother that went to buy the cow. We went to buy the cow, and there is another Wunmi auntie. Yeah. What this guy is in at Olópò. Wọ́n gbowó Olópò lọ́wọ́ Mohbad. Wọ́n wá lọ sí oúnjẹ ní ọ̀nà jíjìn. Ìgbà tó máa gbóúnjẹ dé Lẹ́kí oúnjẹ ti kan. Kò ṣeé jẹ. Remember bàbá said wọ́n ṣe bìrìpò wọn ò lè jẹ tán. Wọ́n ṣe kọ́kọ́rẹ́ wọn ò lè jẹ tán. Wọ́n ṣe fried rice wọn ò lè jẹ tán. It's because ẹni àwọn tó máa sè wọn ò jẹ́ kán sè. Àwọn gbajúmọ̀ kò wọ̀. Mohbad ò mọ̀ pé ẹbí ìyàwó òun lẹni tó ṣe oúnjẹ. Kétra ló ń pè é Mohbad wọ́n gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé owó kétra. Níjọ́ ìkómọ ìgbà pé wọ́n fi áńkọ̀fù sí ọwọ́ àwọn fámílì ọkọ. But just because my dad Alọ́ba action pọ̀ bí tògògó, Mr. Alọ́ba nìkan ló ń ta wọ́n láyà pé sẹ́ẹ̀. Yeye Wuyi was there looking at you, looking at them. Couldn't say anything. Try láti para, but kó má dà pé wọ́n wá bà nǹkan ayọ̀ ẹbí wọn jẹ́. Ẹ̀mọ̀ first name tó máa ṣe nìyẹn. Sọ fún family ọkọ pé ẹ máa ṣe ìnáwó. Yeye, these people were asking them. Báwo ni pàtí o, báwo ni ṣe kankan kankan ṣe kí náà tiẹ̀ ṣe kankan. I should slow down, slowing down. I wasn't running.
Ṣe kankan fún Tìlíàmù ni o.
Yeah, that was a turning, Abike. There the following day. Even àwọn kan ti wà ní ilé Mohbad. Let me say ilé Mohbad. Mo like bí Sister Ṣadé ṣe máa ń pe Mohbad, wọ́n á ní Mohbad. So wọ́n ti wà nílé Mohbad before that day. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé not something dey happen. Wọ́n wá dáná nílé Mohbad. Wọ́n lọ dáná ní ibòmíì. Ṣóyè yín. Pàtó kàn di àárọ̀ ni arrangement bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní setting. Tótó yìí ni ìgbà tó yá wọ́n gbé ìgbìrìpò tán lè jẹ tán gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n kó gbogbo ẹ̀ bí. Wọ́n wá ń bi ìyàwó àtọkọ pé ẹni irú pílánì báyìí lẹ́dẹ̀ sọ fún wa pé kò nothing dey happen. Ọ̀nà kan sọ pé ẹ máa wo tí ẹ ṣàgbọ́n àbúrò ẹ ṣàdákẹ́ ẹ máa wò. Ìyàwó wọ́n wo ìyàwó pé ìwọ ọmọ yìí. Ọkọ tó wá sọ pé kán dákẹ́ kán máa wò wọ́n fẹ́ para fọ́kọ. Bọ̀ wọ́n tún wò pé nígbà tó bá já àwọn fámìlì ẹ̀ làwọn ń para. Táwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ dẹ̀ wà ń bẹ̀ tán wá bá ṣe patí tán wá bá ṣe náwó. Tí bàbá ọmọdé rò pé òun fẹ́ ṣe lọ́jọ́ mọ̀ àsára tí wọn ò gbé placenta fún bàbá tó yẹ yín wọn ò fi némì gan lọ̀ wọ́n ìyá Wùnmí ló gbowó tó lọ ra màálù màmá Mohbad tó fi mímì ní drag yín ní anything tó máa ṣe kínní bọ̀ mò ń hóòpù pé ojú yẹn á là ní kíákíá àwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ kan ṣe oúnjẹ wá kán gbé mọ́tò dé láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ kò mọ̀ ọ̀ tó bá dẹ̀ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ti máa dáná àwọn máa wà lọ́wọ́ báyìí kò dìgbà tó bá tó júwe ìyá Mohbad kí àwọn èèyàn tó sọ pé ó dà pé ìyọkọ nìyẹn ó dà pé ìyọkọ nìyẹn torí tó bá fẹ́ béèrè mọ́mí I need the extra maggi ọ̀dọ̀ ìyá Mohbad lọ máa lọ I need the extra iye ọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀ lọ máa lọ. wọ́n lè tọ́kì yẹn ò tó ìyá Mohbad afẹ́ ọkọ mi a máa tún ní ìdí tọ́kì sí àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ló ṣe ń rí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ìyẹn èèyàn lẹ́yìn ìyá
ìyẹn nílẹ̀ Yorùbá.
ibi tó máa gbàdàgbà lé náà wọ́n wá gbóúnjẹ sínú tékèwé wọ́n ń gbé àwọn lọ́wọ́ ó dàgbọ́ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ìyá Mohbad àwọn ará ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì gan béèrè pé irú kí leléyìí owó ni o tékèwé lọ gbé láwọn ẹbí Mohbad lọ́wọ́ tékèwé lọ gbélé wọn lọ níbi tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ ti yá gèlè kẹ́ ẹ ti tú yẹ́rí kẹ́ ẹ ti tú yẹ̀yẹ̀ èmi ò ríru eléyìí o.
Mọ́mí jẹ́ wọ́n ní ìyá Mohbad gan bẹ̀bẹ̀ tó fi lè kọrin ẹyọ kan lọ́jọ́ yẹn ni ẹ fi ọmọ ẹ tún dúró síbẹ̀ ṣé ẹ̀mẹ́gbẹ́ fún àwọn aráàlú ọkọ ẹ̀ láyè kó lè gbé nílé ọkọ yẹn kó lè tẹ́ nílé ọkọ ẹ̀.
Welcome back. Now, a lot can be deducted from all that we have seen so far. A lot can be deducted. It is glaring. It's a truth that cannot be done away with. What do I mean? Well, if there was a kind of coercion between Mohbad's father and mother, I think the family of Wunmi would not have been able to do what they did. After all, it is not their own daughter that is bringing money. If it were Wunmi that was the breadwinner of the family, then we can say, oh, the family of Wunmi wanted to show to Mohbad's family that we are the beginning, we are the end of this family. Your son is simply a figurehead. Also, there is a part that I'm not kind of feeling comfortable with. I mean, the part of MoBad. MoBad seems to be someone who is neither here or there. We can quickly jump to conclusion that, oh, he has been put under a spell. But there is something that I observed. It seems MoBad respected Wunmi's family, honored them much more, was shy to speak up, but he was ready to ridicule his own family. He was ready to ridicule his own father. He felt that he is from a poor home, not because Wunmi is from a richer home, but there is this thing about MoBad. Maybe he wasn't too proud, or he was just that kind of person who he will sell his family for. I mean, I'm not saying that he literally did that, but I'm saying there are certain parts of the interaction between families. I mean, MoBad's family and Wunmi's family, that MoBad did not act appropriately. For example, how can you want to marry, although it could be that his mom was involved, sort of, how can you want to marry from introduction ending up into engagement and you didn't inform your father? Maybe because your daddy is not going to agree, so you say, let's do it anyhow. When it comes, then maybe that's what his own mother advised him. So it still goes back to the same thing that I said at the beginning. Lack of cohesion between them, lack of agreement, understanding between them gave Wunmi more opportunity with her family to penetrate them, destroy them, and also knowing fully that Mohbad's mother is a woman that is neither here or there. And of course, what caused it is because of the division at the beginning. It's so sad. That's why they could penetrate the family. That is the reason why they could penetrate that family. They penetrated and they did what they did so aggressively. And here we are screaming justice for MoBad, justice for him, justice for MoBad. That's it. Look at what Karimo said just now. All that Karimo poured out, it is deep. everything that came out from the mouth of Karimo is so deep, unbelievable, that the family of MoBad had no say. They did nothing during the so-called naming ceremony. That it was Wunmi's mother that bought the cow. They were the ones that arranged for the chef, or is it the cook? And they went so far away to cook, and before they arrived, the food got spoiled. The food wasn't good enough to eat, and they are taking money from MoBad. They lied. They said this person, she's a professional cook. She will do the cooking. And it was a family member that MoBad was not aware of Wunmi, that took the money. So they now went somewhere and made the arrangement, prepared a place, brought the food. MoBad's father could not even give a name. They excluded him with MoBad's mother completely. They excluded them. Why? Who accepted? Who allowed it? MoBad. How can you want to get your son named and your father and your mother are not into it? Maybe the story of MoBad's father requesting for money, that he needs money to do his own thing. Maybe that's what created the problem. I don't really get it. There is something strange about the whole story that is not adding up. Maybe MoBad and his father already were having arguments over certain things. And also the part of the placenta that was not given, that was not brought, MoBad's mother-in-law, suppose mother-in-law, Wunmi's mother was the one that, went ahead with it. It's not clear. It's not clear. Like, it's not adding up. MoBad's mother complained that on that naming ceremony, I sat down there as if I was nobody. In fact, MoBad's father came there alongside the other woman. So these things just does not make sense. It's not adding up. It's not making sense. A lot of things, they handled it so terribly, so badly, without proper advice. They didn't do it as it should be done. They didn't do it appropriately. It was done upside down. That's why Wunmi's family could penetrate them. MoBad also played a huge role. He's under a spell that whatever I tell him, let him listen and hear and obey me. MoBad too was not sleeping at home. He was, what I mean is that he also went here and there to do some consultation. So how then did all of this? I don't really get it. MoBad didn't really, something was amiss. Something was amiss, for sure. And I think that thing that is amiss is the part of MoBad's father and mother not agreeing together. MoBad seeing all of this, observing that there is one lady somewhere that father is carrying up and down. So he didn't even bother to kind of allow his father to play the role that he's supposed to play. How can they hijack? Well, are we going to say MoBad was too young and inexperienced and he doesn't understand how things are supposed to be done? Like, my daddy and my mommy, are they coming? Or are they supposed to be there presently, also in the process of the plan? Like, this is what is going to be done. Okay, don't worry. Let's allow everything to slide. They will handle the food. They will do the cooking. Everything will be okay. It was as if MoBad had no family. That's just the image. It's as if MoBad presented himself like, I have no family. I have no father, I have no mother. As if MoBad was an orphan. Like, I have nobody. Let the family they did the cooking. They chose where they chose the location for the occasion. They chose, in fact, name. Was MoBad the one that named him Liam? They chose the name, they chose everything, they did everything. MoBad was just there like a living dead. Oh my God. It was his father that was talking and MoBad was there saying, Daddy, let's just leave them. Let's leave them. How can you say leave them? Were they the ones that gave money? And can we blame MoBad now? He's no longer alive to defend himself. He can't even tell us the story. But the picture that MoBad's father painted of MoBad, well, it shows someone who does not have the ability to make the right decision. He's so soft when it comes to standing his ground and saying, no, this is what should be, and this is not what it should be. It shows more of someone who, I mean, how can Wunmi and her family take over his life, his mind, his brain? Not as if your own family had then caused you pain or created some kind of a trauma in your life that you are kind of like trying to forgive them. That's why you leaned to the side of your so-called wife or girlfriend's family. And what's this thing? How did they swallow you this way? Oh, because the woman came from America. I don't get it. You knew Wunmi before the American thing. So because the woman came from America, you became, I don't get it. What is the thing? Because your own family has not been there, or I don't get it. I don't really understand. How could they have hijacked? Is it something that MoBad is not aware of? That it was his own family that should be in charge, not the family of the woman? MoBad disabled his family. If he didn't hand over money to them, that would never have happened. If he had called his mom and said, Mom, I'm going to give you money to make food. I'm going to give them money to make food. Then he would tell her, say, look, we are going to make the food 2 sides. Or maybe they say, please, we don't want that other woman to come and put something in our food and we'll RIP. If you bring your food, know that it's your food, and then we'll cut off. And MoBad is like, okay. It's like, okay, no, let me just bring peace. At the expense of his life. This is how MoBad lived his life till his demise. Imagine, he kept on and on, focusing on what he should not focus upon. Focusing on how to satisfy the family of Wunmi. Of course, when he's with Wunmi privately, they have their fights, very toxic relationship, like a relationship that should not be. But there is something always holding him back, like, oh, this girl, she's the queen of the coast or something. I don't really get it. Like, something bounded them together. Regardless of their fights, I think you guys can connect to some of these things. That regardless of their fights, they still, because MoBad was not done, it was as if there is something in. You know, that kind of thing. He was so sold into Wunmi. There is something inside of him that could not say no. Like he has not found someone that is like Wunmi yet. Something was holding him down, tying him down, keeping him. That when they fight, he will still come back begging or looking for Wunmi. It's a serious issue. Maybe you must have experienced it in your life. You know this relationship is toxic. This relationship is not okay. But you are with that person. You are still with that person. Keeping on with that person. And not until something terrible happened before you decided to cut off by force. Maybe your parents now split you people by force. Before this person RIP you. It could be a male, it could be a female, it could be any situation. But I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. It's a serious issue. It's a terrible, terrible one. The terrible situation. But we can only learn lessons from this journey of justice for MoBad. MoBad is not here to respond. We cannot apportion blame to him because he cannot defend himself, at least. But that one that is alive, that thinks that she can swallow all that MoBad acquired, that person is who we need to let her know with our family that this is impossible. You can't. So the DNA, people are believing and hoping that there will be no manipulation. They say there are certain hospitals that have the facility to conduct paternity test. They are talking of St. Nicholas. They say this one has integrity. But the problem is this. Will the state hospital be the one to pick and then go to transfer to St. Nicholas, to the private hospital or the government hospital or wherever they are going to? Where? How do we see? This thing needs to be more clearer. And this is what people are saying to MoBad's father. Like, we don't want you to be dumb here. We don't want you to dull yourself on this matter. You have to wake up. You have to wake up on this matter. Because if you fool yourself, you dull yourself, you are on your own. You're on your own. If you dull yourself on this one, a lot of people are pressing and pushing. Fights, quarrel here and there. All for justice for MoBad.